There has been a huge protest in London today, and I mean huge. It was organised by Tommy Robinson. The police are saying that more than 110,000 people attended the Unite the Kingdom march, according to the reports, and the Metropolitan Police has said it arrested 9 people. I think there were many, many more people there than the police are saying, frankly, and I think you do too. A counter-protest was organised by Stand Up to Racism, which attracted 5,000 people. But to discuss this, I'm pleased to welcome a friend of mine, Alan Miller, from the Together Declaration, who was down at the protest all day today. Welcome, Alan, and what I want to hear from you, looking very patriotic there, is just tell me to start with about the day. What was it like?
Well, Renee, it's great to be here. It was a remarkable experience. It was like a festival. I'm actually here with Tracy and Deborah now. The celebrities are continuing. But you know what? It was a place full of the British public. Many people have been smeared. They've been called far right. They've been called Nazis. They've been called racist. But this was the great British public out in force. Kindly, smiling, singing music, singing songs, waving flags, and actually saying they've had enough of saying we're not allowed to have opinions, we're not allowed to have questions, whether it's about free speech, two-tier policing, two-tier weaponised judiciary, about a prime minister that says he likes the tradition of free speech, but actually is really opposed to all of that kind of stuff. And frankly, it's one of the best things I've ever been on, Renee. It was a remarkable experience and a remarkable event.
I think we have to, just while we get Alan back.
Well, he got the point out, didn't he? He got the point out that someone like of his stature, and obviously I've met Alan as well, I know Alan, and he's, as you said, been to so many rallies, so many protests, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? When you see someone like that who goes, I've never seen anything like it, you know, it tells you something, doesn't it?
I've got a question. Do you actually think that this rally, and indeed rallies like it, will lead to any sort of tangible policy change from this government?
No, I don't think they'll lead to policy change, but I think what it will do is it will show other people out there that their voice isn't just a siloed one, it's not biased, of which was what British people on the right have been told for the last 15 years, is that actually you are alone, your opinions are fringe opinions, and I think when you see, and that 110,000 figures has got to be nonsense.
I think we've got Alan back, which is great. So, Alan, are you there?
We got a little interruption. It's what happens when you go live. Listen, some people are saying it was 1.5 million people, not like the BBC say a few thousand people, but actually it was remarkable. I mean, Elon Musk came on the Zoom, but you know what was so remarkable? We're in Whitehall, and you've got a situation where a 13-year-old girl who was banned from speaking and wearing the British outfit for culture reads out a story about being British. We had Sammy Woodhouse talking about her experiences. We had Sarah White, the mother of 3, that was arrested for waving a flag. And I've never seen so many flags, not in the Jubilee, not even, I remember the 1977 Silver Jubilee, right? Not in the Olympics. I've never been on an experience like this. This was a remarkable event. And it's got to be said, lots of people have said things about Tommy Robinson, but I think he made sure that people understood this was a place to come and have your voices heard calmly and robustly and resolutely. It worked mainly very well with the police. There were 1 or 2 incidents, and it's got to be said that well done to the Met Police for not saying that it had to stop, because apparently Westminster Council tried to make that happen just 48 hours ago. There was a moment where some people got frustrated and the police said you couldn't come through. But I've got to say, if you have 1 million people on the street and there are 9 arrests, I don't know of an incident like that. You could have 9 arrests at a local bar. And I think the thing is that the British public, this is a turning point, like with Charlie Kirk, like with Graham Linehan. We're seeing people standing up and saying, we want our country back. We want to be able to talk about the things that matter to us. We want our girls to be safe. The brilliant women in pink at Epping, at the Bell Hotel and all across Britain have led the way. This couldn't have happened without them, those brave mothers and sisters. And together, we're just really proud to be able to go around, be part of it, talk to the public and say to these technocrats, listen to the public, right? We're fed up with being called names and having two-tier policing and being censored and smeared. The other people that go on those other protests, they try and destroy our statues, destroy our culture, destroy our legacy. It's unacceptable. This is a new time now, and everyone better listen. They talk about populism, but this is a massive, massive turning point. And all kudos to the organisers. Well done to everyone in Britain for being calm and sensible and smiling. I'm really inspired about the future now. And, you know, at the heart of all of this was free speech. The idea that, you know, from the Magna Carta to Parliament, the civil wars in Britain, the world wars, we have a duty to uphold and defend our free speech and our rights. So I'd encourage everyone to make sure you have your voices together and keep doing that, because this is a changing moment for Britain.
Alan, I echo those sentiments, and you did just say there that this is a moment where this government has to actually listen to the people. How hopeful are you that this Labor government will look at this and actually respond with tangible changes on areas like mass migration and associated policy areas?
Yeah, I mean, basically, what we've seen is a complete transformation. Listen, this morning, The Guardian came out with a newspaper front page headline saying time up for Keir. I mean, they're obviously talking about all sorts of things like the appointments, but it's time up for Keir. Two-tier Keir is being called two-tier across Britain and internationally. We have a situation where the public is not going to go along with, you know, everyone knows this. If you go on a protest about ULEZ or LTNs, they say you're far right. You're a racist. The great British public are compassionate and warm and friendly. What they don't want is lots of undocumented migrants coming to hotels. They're concerned about incidents. They want to know who's in their country, like you'd want to know who's in your home. They want to be able to talk about these things openly and calmly. We're fed up with being smeared, being censored, having the judiciary weaponized post-Southport, and having a situation where a woman who deletes a post gets longer than people who rape or attack people. It's change time for Britain now, and we should all stand together for free speech in memory of Charlie Kirk and in support of our great legacy.
Right here. I'm just curious, you know, to counter sort of the allegations of it being sort of far right and sort of ethno-nationalistic, I'm just curious as to your sort of view of the march. Did you see much diversity there, and do you think those kind of optics are important?
Yeah, look, I come from a background 30 years ago where I actually was involved in standing and actually fighting against racism when racism was a thing. What we've now got is a thing that's dominated by DEI, the idea, and you know, the racism we've really got is against white working people in Britain. That's the only group, like that young 13-year-old girl who was not allowed to wear British outfit. We've got a situation where we've got mad ideologues that are saying you can fly loads of flags that like deny sex-based rights that the Supreme Court's upheld, flags from other nations, even like terrorist flags, you can fly all them. But when you fly a St. George or a British flag, somehow you're far right or racist. I never saw any organised far right. What I saw was the great backbone of the British people, friends, neighbours, colleagues, mums, daughters, veterans, business people, hippies, you know, people that served, as I say, veterans. It was an inspiring moment. It was really remarkable. And they're not going to be able to just shut this down. Something's changed in Britain now.
Definitely. Absolutely amazing, Alan. You look like you're having a fabulous time. I'm kind of jealous that I'm not there with you, but I'm sure there'll be more opportunities in the future. And we can continue this fight for freedom that you've been battling so hard.
Thank you, guys. We'll fly the flag for freedom together. We all stand together.
Good on you, mate.